In fact, saya boleh cakap 3 minggu lepas adalah pasaran saham yang paling gila, right? Okay guys, Assalamualaikum. So today, in this week, minggu ni saya nak bagi sedikit perkongsian saya tentang catalyst dan juga strategic move yang berlaku. Dan last week, we see the stock market found strong footing, alright, dan kita lihat dalam dark pool, right, dalam private exchange, there's a huge accumulation, roughly about 50 million. We can see here 50 million, 49.4 million dalam SP 500. So we seen a nice rebound on the heel of broad-based loss last 2 weeks. It's a wild market, okay. In fact, saya boleh cakap 3 minggu lepas adalah pasaran saham yang paling gila, right? But anyway, last week kita ada earnings yang bagus, right? We have better than expected quarter one earnings, especially daripada bank, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, BlackRock, Bank of New York. Of course, apa yang berlaku last week adalah kita lihat strong rebound dalam Nasdaq dengan SP 500, but dollar has been very, very weak. Dollar is weak. Implied interest rate yield going up almost 4.5 now, right? And then kita tahulah consumer sentiment is probably the lowest in a few years, right? Last week it hit 50. That normally suggests market as bottom. Apapun, inflation expectation is below what we expect, right? In fact, it's one of the lowest since the last 5 years. And China, macam biasa, China say kita tahu daripada tariff war antara US dengan China say they are going to ignore any further tariff. So basically kita ada banyak bad news last week, right? Banyak bad news last week on the US dengan China tariff front, dollar weak, right? Tetapi market make a strong rebound. So that suggests in the midst of bearish news, market boleh go up. That means the worst possibly is over, okay? Sebab kita kena ingat pasaran saham ni dia look forward. Pasaran saham look about 6 months ahead daripada apa yang berlaku hari ni. So pasaran saham basically pricing in what is going to happen 6 months from now. Dan sekarang kita tengok news sangat-sangat teruk and market boleh rebound. Okay, in fact major index settled at the high session of the day on last Friday. So I think and some more kita ada strong leadership daripada mega cap stock, daripada what we call this the FANG ataupun Magnificent Seven. So kita tengok general is very strong, okay. In fact general stocks semua tengah regroup and they continues to be on higher path into the close. So bagi saya ini adalah petanda, maybe based on probability that we probably see the first leg of the bottom. Let's hope that we see more buying interest. So dekat sini saya nak tunjuk black box stocks, tempat macam mana saya melihat sekarang ni. We can see huge accumulation, right, roughly about 49.4 million, right, daripada trader, institutional trader. Dia buying at 1.41 million at 481 SP 500 ETF, 23 juta dekat $500, 49 juta dekat $505, and you can see the rest is history. Yang ni adalah SP 500. Of course kalau kita buka QQQ, right, kita tengok sekali lagi my favorite dark pool punya indicator which I'm using from black box stocks. You can see amazing 8.4 million, 13 million, 16.2 million, and this happened last few days. What does it mean? It means the sharks or the whale is buying, is jumping into the stock market despite all the worst news that we see. China slap US dengan tarif sebanyak 125%, right? And Donald Trump, put a lot of bad words about China and all that, but despite that, market rebound. That is cool, right? Now, saya juga nak tunjuk kat sini apa yang berlaku last week on the data front. Kita tengok last week inflation, kita ada 2 inflation. Hari Khamis kita ada CPI, this is inflasi untuk consumer. Hari Jumaat kita ada inflasi untuk penyilang, producer. And dua-dua inflation is very tame. Data very tame. Data is not very hot. That means inflasi tidak seteruk yang kita jangkakan, which mean, right, Federal Reserve mungkin akan potong kadar faedah, dan this should be positive for the stock market, right? Now, let's look what's going to happen this week. This week, wow, okay, don't forget hari Jumaat ni adalah cuti dekat US. Kita ada Good Friday on Friday. Good Friday in US, non US, in Europe and in Australia. So Good Friday seasonally selalunya bullish, right? Biasanya bila ada hari raya dekat US, that week biasanya market have good sentiment. So that's why this week I based on technical analysis and seasonality, we expect market to trend higher and put another leg higher this week. Of course, hari Rabu kita ada retail sales. Okay, there's an important data that we are looking at. Retail sales on Wednesday 8:30, and then Thursday kita ada unemployment claim. So I expect market to start trending higher, especially on Wednesday, and maybe we'll carry forward on Thursday, and Jumaat adalah hari holiday, Good Friday in US. Now anyway, apa yang berlaku sekarang adalah mega cap stocks were very influential source of support. Okay, and kita tengok Europe semua pun, Europe, Asia, Nikkei, Hang Seng, Shanghai, semua menunjukkan market yang positif. Walaupun harga minyak masih lagi start at $61, $60, tetapi gold, kita tahu gold, right? Gold adalah the strongest asset class last few weeks. Now gold is set to break $3,300. Walaupun silver and copper not as strong as gold, but I expect gold to take a leadership simply because people are dumping US dollar and go to dollar alternative, which is gold at this moment. It could be euro as the next second best asset class. So apa saya nak buat adalah saya nak tunjuk software favorite saya, AI. Ini use trendspider.com, right? Kita buat like dulu, right? Kita nak tengok chart yang paling penting, which is volatility index, VIX index. VIX, okay, VIX ni maksudnya volatility index, basically an index yang menggabungkan puts and call, right? Dan kita tengok sekarang puts and call, right? The number of puts buying for every unit of call has already come down. Okay, minggu lepas kita tengok 60, right? 60, that means kita ada 60 put, right, for every one call. Now sekarang dia dah kurang, that means kita ada 37 put for every one call, which mean the sentiment has already subsided. Yeah, that means puts, orang tak beli put, orang tak takut lagi macam 2-3 minggu lepas. So that might be a good sign that market has actually come back down. Okay, walaupun China raise tariff, okay, daripada 84% dia naik 125%. Walaupun kita tahu European trade pun ada buat, EU pun ada buat ancaman dan mereka juga akan gunakan tarif terhadap US. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent already give some warning that they are not going to negotiate so much with EU dan juga China, but despite that kita tengok volatility index come down already. Now the second most feared chart adalah of course adalah TNX ataupun yield. Okay, now kita tengok yield sekarang masih lagi dalam keadaan yang berbahaya, ya. Interest rate note on 10 year, okay, kadar faedah sekarang implied by the bond participant is close to 4.5%. That means jangkaan adalah interest rate akan naik. Okay, well, this is not so good. Okay, I'm not very happy with this. So kita expect yield to come down, but suddenly on the last 5 days dia dah naik. Walaupun VIX dah jatuh, tetapi interest rate yield masih lagi tinggi, which is 4.5. Kita harap interest rate yield ni akan roll over. Interest rate yield adalah jangkaan berapakah kadar faedah yang Federal Reserve akan naikkan untuk 10-year bond, 10-year treasury note. Still high. I hope that it will come down to 4.3, 4.2. I think this is the yield that Donald Trump is paying close attention, right? Dia tak nak yield break down, right? Dia tak nak yield goes up to as high as probably 4.8 or even 5, yeah? So I'm pretty sure that Donald Trump will ensure that bond yield will come down over the next few days, okay? Now, kita tahu news yang terbaru adalah Donald Trump dah bagi exemption terhadap chips, okay? Terhadap teknologi dan juga terhadap computer chips and phone will be exempted from the tariff and sanction, right? Ini termasuklah Mexico, Canada and China. I think that's good news and I expect market to trend high because of that catalyst. So now let's look at Nasdaq. Okay, kita buka Nasdaq futures. Kita letak beberapa benda yang sangat penting bagi saya adalah of course the trend, right? We don't see any sign of trend. Belum lagi uptrend, not yet, right? We look at chart pattern. We don't see any signs. That could be triple top there, right? Belum lagi, but kalau kita tengok heat map, we have a strong resistance at 20,000. Mungkin Nasdaq have to break 19,500 sebelum dia hit 20,000. Of course, kita tahu sekarang ni dari segi channel, right? We believe that Nasdaq tengah dalam proses untuk break this nice, okay, what we call a falling channel. Okay, so kalau Nasdaq boleh break 19,500, that will be the first technical improvement that may push the price higher to 20,500. So saya nampak sekarang this could be the left shoulder, this could be the head, and we're looking for the right shoulder. Okay, so nampak macam bagus sekarang, is a good indication. Kita boleh draw Fibonacci daripada sini ke bawah. Hopefully the next Fibonacci will be now exactly at 50%. We're looking at 38.2% Fibonacci, which is around 20,000. That will be immediate short-term target, and ultimately should go high to 21,000 and could be to 22,000. So yeah, I think market is positive sekarang. Banyak benda-benda yang positif sedang berlaku. Kita lihat oil masih lagi dalam keadaan yang lemah, $61, tapi telah menunjukkan tanda-tanda dia akan rebound, right? 61 tu is actually very weak, but there's a strong support at $60. Let's hope that oil can turn around. Okay, oil can turn around. Of course, asset class yang paling strong sekarang ini adalah gold, right? Gold definitely is very strong. We can see strong dark pool accumulation over the last few weeks. Hijau, right? And kita tengok PPO. Okay, PPO adalah indication menunjukkan momentum. We have a strong momentum right now, biru atas ke orange. That means perbezaan antara 12 dan 26 moving average is trending higher. So gold is definitely asset class yang paling strong as at this moment. We can see upside acceleration of the momentum as well as the trend, right? Hijau candle ni menunjukkan market is very strong. Now what about Bitcoin? Belum lagi, Bitcoin masih lagi dalam warna merah. Okay, sedang buat percubaan untuk break. Again, kita berharap this channel can be breakdown soon. Okay, dalam proses untuk breakout daripada channel, falling channel. In fact, buat percubaan 1, 2, 3, 4 kali untuk break the channel dan masih lagi gagal. So Bitcoin belum bersedia, tetapi definitely Nasdaq and S&P 500 and of course Dow Jones semua telah menunjukkan tanda-tanda yang positif dan diorang akan naik ke atas. So far yang paling strong adalah gold dan juga Euro USD. These are the strongest asset class. Walaupun Euro sekarang kita dah tengok tanda-tanda selling daripada sharks, whale di dalam dark pool. Ada signs that is a strong, we are bumping into a layer of selling resistance zone by the whale, right? By the whale. Now of course minggu ni saya jangkakan banyak asset class yang mungkin akan meletup, right? Of course, okay, kita tahu Magnificent Seven seperti Apple, right? Apple dijangkakan akan rebound, Apple dijangkakan akan rebound. Already you see that dark pool rectangle dalam hijau tu maksudnya institutional whale is buying, right? Institutional trader is jumping. Okay, so Apple looks positive indeed walaupun candle masih lagi purple maksudnya tidak ada, maksudnya momentum to downside masih lagi strong, right? Apple looks good. AMD, I expect AMD to trend higher soon, right? Based on suddenly we see the shark and the whale already jumping. So AMD, Apple, Nvidia, AMD gila, okay, Nvidia gila. Kita tengok sekarang, layer after layer we see the whale jumping. Mungkin ada insider yang tahu Donald Trump beri exemption terhadap semiconductor over the last weekend, right? Market tak buka tapi we can see already whale buying on Friday. Okay, so Nvidia looks good. Palante is my next favorite based on technicals, right? We see signs, okay, whale jumping, right? Palante. We also have like Marvel, okay, Marvel sama, kita ada green rectangle set to go higher, hopefully. Kita tengok heat map, nice, okay, trying to break that heat map, beautiful, right? Kita boleh tengok dark pool here. Maybe I should put just dark pool. Alright, we can see now number mentioned Wall Street bet also has gone up, especially kalau kita buka weekly. Alright, you can see that's a dark pool volume, but this is on delayed data. The dark pool basically trend higher, and Wall Street bet mentioned also has start to go higher. And kita boleh tengok banyak buy analyst daripada analyst yang memberi tanda buy kepada Marvel. So yeah, I think this could be a sign that market start to trend higher. Now of course selain daripada satu lagi yang saya suka adalah Micron dan juga Rivian. Okay, Micron also, okay, that's signs that okay, sikit lagi untuk dia rebound. Micron, another semiconductor. Rivian, right, this is actually what I call apa nama ni, ini adalah Tesla punya competitor. Okay, again going into this green zone, right, a strong, very thick green rectangle dark pole. That means it's being supported and this could be set to trend higher soon. Yeah. So sebenarnya evidence yang paling kuat yang saya rasa bantu hipotesis saya that market is bottoming adalah sentiment. Okay, so saya nak tunjuk kat sini. These are the put call ratio. Put call ratio. The put call ratio you all can see, right? This is put call equity only ratio. Yang mana saya ambil daripada stockchart.com, daripada CBOE, Chicago Board Option Exchange. Kita boleh tengok the call has gone up to almost as high as 0.8. So this is a spike 3 hari lepas. Okay? Yang grey ni adalah 1 moving average, yang orange adalah 3 moving average, right? Orange dengan grey, right? Sorry, grey tu 2 moving average. Okay, dua-dua dah shoot paling tinggi over the last 1 year, right? That means the puts buying is crazy. The puts, orang beli puts is paling tinggi, extreme over the last 1 year. So that normally coincide dengan bottom biasanya. Okay, normally ni coincide dengan bottom. So because of that, I think this could be, right, either we have bottom or we're close to bottom. So this is another probability. Kita sebagai trader, kita kena trade on what we see, not trade what we feel. And kita boleh tengok daripada sini, yes, mungkin tanda-tanda that market sudah bersedia untuk trend higher. So overall, yeah, I think market looks interesting for us to see, right? Saya jangkakan the stock market has finally found the first leg. This is the first leg, right? Ni kaki yang pertama, Nasdaq especially pada 16,000, but the volatility are insane. We are advised to be, to exercise prudent and cautious sebab volatility masih lagi insane. But good to see that market made a V bottom. InsyaAllah dia akan pergi 20,500 and create another retracement, and then kita akan tengok the second leg of bottom soon, despite a wild week of trading that we see last week. Jadi itulah pandangan saya. Saya rasa pasaran dah menunjukkan tanda-tanda yang positif. Let's hope that Donald Trump kembali waras. Right, dan Donald Trump sedang menunggu phone call daripada Presiden China Xi Jinping yang sekarang berada kat Malaysia. Kita harap Presiden Xi Jinping akan call Donald Trump daripada Malaysia, and once we have a deal between US and China, then I'm pretty sure that Nasdaq is set to turn around and make a new high, insyaAllah. Okay guys, so that's it, comment saya untuk this week. I think it's very interesting week, and please stay tuned and stay focused and exercise good risk management. Dan saya nak cakap satu benda, I think the risk of not getting into the market now is greater daripada the risk of staying out of the market. Okay, the risk of getting in is higher than the risk of staying out, which means, right, this is the best time for us to gradually look into the market and have some position maybe going forward. Okay guys, setakat dulu, right, take care, kita jumpa lagi minggu depan insyaAllah.